Timmy Fumbles said that he did bad on purpose against Anthony Putty Boy Taylor. And the guy is Putty Putty, if you know what I mean. So Tommy Fury said that... I'm trying to make a video here. Tommy Fury said that he looked bad on purpose to get the Jake Paul fight. Is there any validity to that claim? Well, in all honesty, yes and no. I do think that if Tommy Fury did a very big knockout like Jake did to Anthony in like the first minute, I guarantee you Jake Paul would not be taking this fight. And I don't think anyone would argue with me on that one. I think that people would be like, well, this is clearly such a mismatch, and after seeing how Jake Paul did, you know, this fight maybe doesn't make sense. So I don't think it was a win-win. If Tommy did very well, it wouldn't have been a win, because people and Jake would be like, oh, well, you know, this is, you know, too much for me. But they would say, oh, well, Tommy, you know, it just was done too easily, and yada yada. They would say all this BS. They would say all this BS, basically. And if he, you know, did poorly, or the way he did do, they would still, they'd be, like, more confident in taking the fight, though people would criticize his performance. So, Tommy was picking his poison, basically. Now, having seen Anthony Taylor's fight with Tommy Fury, again, I don't think Tommy Fury did horrendous, but I think because he had the Fury name, and Anthony was so bad, it kind of seemed like a no-brainer that he would knock out the guy. Now, I just today put on the Jordan Grant fight with Tommy, and Tommy did look technically better there and put on a better performance from a technical boxing standard than he did against Anthony. He was not as huge with his shots. When he would kind of go like this, he would kind of do it more accurately and more like close together. He used his jab a lot more. His head movement was slightly better. There was one point when he was on the ropes and he did kind of a Tyson Fury thing, and I liked that a lot. But I still think it looked very similar to the Anthony Taylor performance, in that he kind of goes into his punches, he swings wildly, his head movement isn't the best, but at other times it can be pretty good. So overall, I think that Tommy Fury's performance against Anthony Taylor was his actual performance, and he wasn't modifying it. Maybe you could say, well, maybe he was modifying it a little bit. Maybe he didn't go in for the kill. You could say that maybe. There's a little bit of an argument there. But overall, I choose to believe that Tommy Fury's fight against Anthony Taylor was the authentic Tommy Fury that is currently existing, and not the one to, make it better. Maybe if he knocked out Jordan Grant, then maybe people would believe it more. But because I think there was so many similarities, I'm going to have to go with yes, that the Tommy is basically kind of just lying to save face. But I do think he did do a lot better stuff, and it would kind of be weird that he would kind of go backwards and not use the jab as much with Anthony and kind of be more wider. So maybe he modified his performance a little bit, so the knockout wouldn't happen so early. So there is a little bit of a validity to that, but overall, the verdict is I think he's saving face. Now, the second thing is the Jake Paul drug testing controversy. John Fury recently came out with a video calling Jake out and saying, can you please get VADA testing? Now, I've learned more about VADA testing. It costs a lot of money. A lot of people don't like to use it. And, at the end of the day, as long as Jake's getting tested and, he's doing everything that the commission asks, we can't complain. What I will say is, I don't know if I heard this from Chelsea Nunn or I heard this from somewhere, was that, when they do the testing, they do it on the day of, so you can rid yourself of any drugs if you've taken any, so they could technically get away with it. At the end of the day, is it sketchy? Yes, but again, unless we have solid, concrete proof, we cannot say Jake Paul's been taking PEDs or drug-enhancing drugs, or is kind of doing this to get an edge. And maybe he is, but he's always had an acne problem, even before he turned into boxing. So the acne thing makes sense based on prior context. And again, people have been kind of sharing their thoughts. A lot of people are saying it's not a big deal, Jake's just doing a different method, but I do think it is something that we should keep our eyes on and keep our ears listening. So that's basically an update on the controversy and my thoughts on Tommy Fury's claims. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. The fight is in 3 weeks. Showtime has finally started the promo for this. So yeah, and also, BT Sport issued an apology for John Fury's comments, and I'm like, imagine if KSI versus Logan Paul 1 was on Showtime. I mean, BT Sport wouldn't even want to have them. Like, I mean, no matter how insulting or how bad what they say is, it sells the fight, and it's what us fans like to see. So let us see it, and don't apologize. It's just not needed. Like, sub, and comment. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.